Hi, well, I'm really happy and honored to be here today and kicking this off. It's best to start with the oldest guy and get him out of the way and let the new generations speak, because that's where the work is going to be done. All spaces are green spaces. It's just an illusion that these buildings, roads, civilization, all space on this planet is green space. Our species has been very busy taking that all away from the natural world, kind of excluding ourselves from the natural world, so that when we as a city try to build some green spaces, walk those green spaces, nurture those green spaces, grow food in those green spaces, we're just starting to get back to a place where we can be a part of the great green space, our planet. And we always have to keep that big picture in mind. We're just creating these small spaces. The work has already been done. We just have to look at natural systems and imitate them, intensify them. That's what bowled me over mid-career in my midlife crisis, where I was a very unhappy adjunct professor at UNCG, looking for something else. I heard a 15-minute presentation of a form of green spaces and designing green spaces called permaculture. And I was convinced that I just had to completely change. And that's what set me up for the next 30 years. So I started in by getting some training in that type of design. And its basic principle is just really simple. Imitate natural systems and intensify natural systems. Learn about soil, water, energy, materials, diverse species, how it all works together, pollinates one another. I started with my home, ripped out every bit of lawn, and tried to make it a lush landscape where nature kind of ruled, so that my house would just be within a garden. Grew 14 kinds of fruit, gathered rainwater through bamboo gutters into carpet ponds, bees, grew a lot of food for my family of 5, in all, total, 3 kids, and invited people in to do workshops. And I've been doing those workshops for a long, long time. I've had hundreds of people coming through. And things grew and grew and grew. Schools asked me to design for them. Churches asked me to design for them. I never said no, at least while I was still physically able to do that. Now I say, I have someone who's better than I, who can design your home garden or your church or work with your school, or something like that. But I learned that because nature is a community, that when you work with it and towards it, you build community also. It's just, we have to learn to get our species involved in this, and on very real and practical levels, like community gardens and growing food, like school gardens so that kids have some place to go out to, churches so they actually begin to think about the natural world and not just about getting to heaven. We need it for, well, what we went on doing was doing things in the city. We, that is me with other people in permaculture, we went like to an interactive resource center that worked with the homeless, to set that up, to give them some sense of contact with nature. The stories are many, and it continues. We, along the Greenway, a public orchard down the ways on Smith Street. Lots of projects that someday we might just have a tour of those projects in an urban setting to show it can be done. All cities must learn to create their own energy and give back more than they take in. Right now, right, it's very opposite that. But we can do that. It's just a limitation of our imagination and our will. And we can do that. So I feel that that's what the last 30 years of my life have been given to, trying to make concrete places throughout the city, at people's homes, at churches, at schools, at public parks, that kind of thing. And that's what I hope to inspire. And I have a whole lot of friends now who are younger than me, and they will go on and do the work. So green spaces really excite me. And for people to think about that and get out there. Anyway, that's it.